Welcome to Sahardaya Tech Talks. In this video, we are going to discuss the interrupt handling in RTOS environment. There are three techniques to handle interrupt in RTOS environment. The first two techniques have been already discussed in the previous video. In this video, the third technique will be discussed. In the first technique, the interrupt source itself calls the ISR. In the second technique, RTOS itself calls the interrupt service routine. Now our topic, that is the third technique. It introduces a new concept called the interrupt service thread IST. ഈ ഐ എസ് ടി എന്ന വാക്ക് സൂക്ഷിച്ചു വെച്ചോളൂ. അത് ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയ ഒരു കൺസെപ്റ്റാണ്. തേർഡ് ടെക്നിക് മനസ്സിലാവണമെങ്കിൽ ഈ കൺസെപ്റ്റ് നന്നായി മനസ്സിലാക്കണം. സെക്കൻഡ് ടെക്നിക്കും തേർഡ് ടെക്നിക്കും വളരെ സിമിലർ ആണ്. There are several similarities between second and third techniques. In fact, the first 5 steps in the third technique is exactly same as the second technique. Another difference is that the introduction of the concept of interrupt service thread, that is IST. Now we will go deep into the topic. An RTOS can provide two levels of interrupt service routine, a first level ISR FLISR and a slow level ISR, that is SLISR. The FLISR can also be called hardware interrupt ISR. FLISR is called just the ISR in RTOS in Windows. The slow level ISR is a software interrupt ISR. Slow level ISR is called interrupt service thread, that is IST in Windows. This IST is very important. Just keep in your mind this word IST. Now, to understand the third technique, we should go in detail about the two concepts, that is ISR and IST. We will discuss the major difference between ISR and IST. ISR, that is the interrupt service routine, is very short and it executes for very short amount of time and it has high priority. ISR has very high priority. It is the most important task in this environment. ISR performs most important code for interrupt handling. Next, the IST. IST has less priority and they perform the remaining code and less important code in the interrupt handling. ISR generate event messages for initiating some task. These tasks are called IST. These event messages are generated in the fourth step in the second technique. That is exactly the same in the third technique also. So the event messages are the IST. The event messages generated in the second technique is the IST. Now we will go in detail about the 8 steps in the third technique. In the first step, interrupt occurs and interrupt source informs about the interrupt source informs OS about the interrupt. In the second step, OS informs OS. In the second step, OS save the context of the current task. In the third step, RTOS will call the interrupt service routine. In the fourth step, ISR will generate event messages that are ISTs. These ISTs are stored in FIFO. In the fifth step, ISR completes its execution and control will go back into the RTOS. That is exactly the same steps that is present in the second technique. Now the 6th, 7th and 8th steps are additional in the third technique. In the 6th step, RTOS goes back into FIFO and gives the ISTs present in the FIFO a chance for execution. The first IST chosen is based on the level of priority of the IST. Then the ISTs will execute after the ISR is completed. Only after IST interrupt task is executed. That is, interrupt task is only less priority is present for interrupt task. In the second technique, IST for interrupt task is executed, but in third technique, IST is executed, then only the interrupt task is executed. Hence, the least priority is only present for the interrupt task. The ISR has the highest priority. Interrupt service thread has the second highest priority. Interrupt task has the least priority. In step 6, RTOS will then complete the execution of all the ISTs present in the FIFO, and then ISTs completes its execution. In the 7th step, after the completion of IST execution, the control goes back into the RTOS. In the 8th step, the RTOS executes the interrupt task by retrieving the context of the interrupt task. The context of the interrupt task is retrieved and RTOS executes the interrupt task, and the third technique is completed. Now let us go into the next slide. These are accepting an IPC event by ISR. These are the things that we have discussed in the just before. ISR have the higher priority over task and most RTOS function. An ISR should not wait for semaphore, mutex, locks or queue messages. That is, ISR should not wait. ISR has the highest priority. ISR-നാണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ priority. ISR ഒരു ചെറിയ ടാസ്ക് ആണ്. സോ ISR-ഉം മ്യൂടെക്സ് ലോക്സും ക്യൂസിലൊന്നും വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. ISR should be executed when they came. They have the highest priority. Now let us go into the next topic, that is introduction to real-time operating system. A real-time operating system is multitasking operating system for applications which require the system task and functions execute within the real-time constraints. Real-time constraints means constraint on time interval between occurrence of events in real time and system expected response to the events. Real time constraints എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഇവന്റ് ഒക്വയർ ചെയ്യണ ടൈമും ഇവന്റ് സിസ്റ്റം റെക്കഗ്നൈസ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ടൈമും ഷുഡ് ബി വിത്തിൻ ദ റിയൽ ടൈം കൺസ്ട്രെയിൻസ്. ആ കൺസ്ട്രെയിൻസിനുള്ള ടൈമിന് ഉള്ളിലായിരിക്കണം. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് റിയൽ ടൈം കൺസ്ട്രെയിൻസ് എന്ന കൺസെപ്റ്റ്. System performs hard real-time constraints and soft real-time operations. Now let us go into detail about hard real-time considerations and soft real-time considerations. It means strict adherence to each task deadline. Our deadline should be met. That is the most important concept in hard real-time consideration. When an event occurs, it should be serviced within the predictable time at all times in a given hard real-time system. A hard RTOS is one which has predictable performance with no deadline misses. Deadline should not be missed. അതാണ് ഈ ഹാർഡ് റിയൽ ടൈം കൺസിഡറേഷൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് കൺസെപ്റ്റ്. ഒരു പ്രഡിക്റ്റബിൾ ടൈം ഉണ്ടാവും ഒരു ഈ ഇവൻറ്റ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ. ആ സമയത്ത് തന്നെ ആ ടാസ്ക് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം. The preemption period for hard real-time task, even in worst case, should be less than a few microseconds. Few microseconds ആണ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യണുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ ആ സമയത്തിനുള്ളിൽ ടാസ്ക് ഷുഡ് ബി കംപ്ലീറ്റഡ്. Automobile engine control system and anti-lock brake are examples of hard real-time consideration. Now let us look into the next topic, that is soft real-time considerations. A soft real time is one in which deadlines are mostly met. The major difference between soft real time and hard real time is that some deadline misses are allowed. In soft real time, some leniencies are present. That is, interrupt latencies and all can be, some misses are allowed. It means only the precedence and sequence for the task operations are defined. The priority of the task is given and the sequence in which the task should be performed is only given. Time and task and deadlines can be varied within a short amount of time. That is no problem. Few deadline misses are accepted. The preemption period for soft real-time task in worst case may be about a few minutes. ഇതിൽ few minutes കുഴപ്പമില്ല, കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് മൈക്രോ സെക്കൻഡ്സ് ആയിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അത്രയും വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട് സോഫ്റ്റ് റിയൽ ടൈമും ഹാർഡ് റിയൽ ടൈമും തമ്മിൽ. Interrupt latencies and context switching latencies are small, but there can be few deviations. Few deviations allowed on between expected latencies of the task and observed real-time constraints. Mobile phone, digital cameras, and orchestra are examples of soft real-time considerations. And that's it about this video. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you.